curious to see how that's gonna work, huh?
And I think he was doing like analysis stuff for them when Fifi was coaching. So I guess they've spiced it up a little bit. He wants more of a hands-on approach. Because we'll see, man. They've had some rough results, you know what I'm saying? So
it's been a little tough, hasn't it?
Just like this game for Endpoint. There you go. We come full circle. Not having a great time on their own map pick us too. Just the 5 rounds in the end, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm not even gonna check, dude, because I'm sure that's right. Either way, so their map pick. They're a solid team on Vertigo at the moment. Looking very scary indeed. Quickly into the A-bomb site. Deep smokes. Fake plant even, but of course there's no nade available. Maybe Max is holding that Molotov for just a moment here. Will come raining in towards the sandbag, actually. Kind of like that. Clears out half of that ramp angle. Oh, Crucial takes a goosh through the smoke. That's kind of tough. They've got to start pushing forwards fast. The trades are in thick and fast from Stododo. Looking for more, and he will get more. He and Roman absolutely mowing them down. Endpoint, once again, the domination seems to start straight out of the gate.
Yeah, right away. Also, we've been called cringe casters by Bleezy. Thanks, homie. Can't wait to hear you jump on the mic. Yeah. Can't wait. That's kind of the fun part of doing it on our channel. I can just absolutely roast people.
Do you think that is because we came in and we were doing the little bit where you said
that,
the mic didn't
yeah,
work?
that's the bit. But it's a bit.
Yeah.
Like, if people find SNL funny, like, we gotta be funny.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So, who's that female comedian? Anyway,
Amy
whatever.
Schumer?
Yeah, if people find her funny, they gotta find us funny.
Right.
So, we're chilling. Crucial. The fact he's alive makes me a little sick to my stomach.
He didn't took like 20 points of damage from that exchange. I swear he was hit by so many bullets. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Obviously, now he's hit by a nade, so that's making me look like a bit of an idiot, like I'm not paying attention. But could be big. Could be big. These kind of rounds, particularly on Vertigo, you just swing everybody towards the one bomb site and seeing the action. However, smoke dissipates. They get mowed down. That's unfortunately. I'm not on the good side of history there. Flames tag down low. So it's looking good here, I think, for sAw to recover this one back, Keith.
Yeah, looking pretty simple. Unless Surreal's Deagle is able to get a lucky one. Well, there it is. But it's just a shame all his teammates fall with it. And I don't see him really getting out of here. Well-contained AK spray. Alrighty, get a free Deagle for your troubles. And so Flaw had a very interesting viewpoint, and like, the more I watch Vertigo, the more I understand. Like, A-Ramp, as I kind of allude to, is kind of like the middle of this map, right? It's the main contention point. But as CTs, like, you either drop all your entire utility set and then have to fall off after a minute and a bit because you're out of utility and you can't stick around because there's no angles for you to play, or you do mid-round aggression and kind of cut them down, right? So sAw can kind of do one of two things: sit back, bait out of that utility, then go from there. Right? Or do late ramp takes, quick takes, like sAw are in the driver's seat switching it up. That's why the map's T-sided. But there's not a lot of diversity you can really do on the CT side in taking back ramp, right? You either fight short, you flash peak late, drop all your utility early, which means you can't really sit back and play retake because you're out of utility, so you have to look for fights around the executes. It's a brutal balance. He's kind of opened my eyes to the woes of the CT side. I'm a woke gamer now.
Okay, well there you go. The more you know, the more you learn. The more you watch, the more you earn. I don't know. I just made that up. But maybe do it the other way around. Like the more you know, the more you earn. The more you watch, the more you learn. Boom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to do the rhymes.
Rhyme skis.
Ooh. Can we get one more here? I don't know. There's a flank coming in from Mutiris.
Well, someone just said you call that a roast, though. Well, the funny thing is he'll never be a commentator. That's the funny part of the joke.
Right. Yeah.
That's like it's more serious than it is like funny.
It's not so it's not like poking fun, because you could flame him for
I could flame him for a million
someone in
things.
the Twitch chat or
Yeah.
whatever, right? Like, or make assumptions about him and perhaps where he lives or whatever, you know. As in, okay, let me clarify, because I feel like Mum's basement is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
would be the classic.
Or I could just make fun of him for making fun of people casting when he'll never be able to cast himself.
Right,
That's
right,
the kind of the
exactly.
funny. So like, it's
Exactly.
more of like a joke.
It's
and
just
funny.
a simple
Yeah.
little turning it
I
back on him
guess
kind
now
of thing.
I support Endpoint just to not get a timeout. That's a
Thanks,
banger.
fam.
That's a banger.
That's amazing.
Yeah, good job,
That
chat.
is a banger.
You guys have surpassed Amy Schumer. Didn't take long.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
be
it didn't
fair.
take long. Good job. Op is in the hand of Crucial, though. That could be like the game changer, right? Because as Flom pointed out and opened my eyes to, is either fight ramp early with an op and drop all utility and get those opening picks that you desperately need, or retake later. An op kind of gives you that little in-between balance where the op can stick around longer. Mighty Max 1, 2, oh! Spring transfer for the third. Wants to go back for fourths. But the chef says we're all out of pudding. I don't know why I went pudding. But pudding's pretty good. Arky, don't tell me he double entries. He is just a machine. Every time I feel like I'm on Arky POV, he gets 2 kills. How is that fair?
It's just not, dude. It's just absolutely not. Oh my goodness, don't tell me that worked for Mighty Max. It's all in vain. It is Arky watching the gap in between the smokes. He does one better than Max. Gets that 4K. I don't believe it. Don't believe it. Absolute heartbreak for Endpoint. And this is where, you're already down a map. You lost your map pick. You're not so hot on this one. You also got trounced on your map pick. There's no beating around the bush with that, to be honest. And then the one good chance that you have at picking the first rifle roundup slips away from you. It's the mental game, And like we've mentioned, a long journey to get here. They've also kind of already made it, so it would be nice to win and, the competitive integrity, but you're not going to be super duper upset if you lose this one, right? The hard work is done, as it were, at least for this week, and then a bit of time to prep. I don't think it's until mid-October that it starts, actually, so, bit of time to prep.
And for someone saying in the chat, how did Mouse lose to this? Endpoint played really well. Flames had a series.
Yeah, this
and
is not
keep
the
in
same
mind,
Endpoint today.
No. This is not the same Endpoint. And I think sAw could beat Mouse right now, too. They seem to be struggling pretty hard. Having just some issues with online play. Their stars not showing up. So I think sAw could definitely put up a good fight against Mouse to boot on top of that all.
Yeah, I think there's a few weird things going on within the team as well. Like Carrigan is main AWPing.
Yes.
Where Chris J would be kind of the obvious choice. I think if you ask anybody other than the players in the team, they would say Chris J should be AWPing. Maybe he doesn't fancy it. Maybe Carrigan is trying to lead from the front.
That's kind of one of those
Don't
awkward
rightly
things,
know.
right? Where like somebody's primary op their whole career, now all of a sudden is no longer a primary opper, but you have them on the team, which means someone else has to pick up the role. Is it like, what else does Chris J bring the team outside of opping, right? Is he more of a mental guy? Is he more of like a structure person? Is he a role filler now? Like, it's just an interesting balance. It's always one of those things like, well, why don't you just drop someone to get an offer? But Mouse are giving it a go. Just as Endpoint are trying to fight ramp, Robin. In need of maybe some backup from the Batmobile. That's going to be Flames riding on in with an op in hand. And there you go. There's that ramp aggression that we talked about that they kind of need on the CT side. You either play retake with it, or you drain all your utility and guarantee that opening pick, and that's what Endpoint do. Walk on out with a man advantage. And sAw gonna try to take map control elsewhere. Maybe can retake ramp later, but it's not gonna happen right now.
Looks like they're going to go for that ramp control, as you are alluding to. Stododo finds the head of Mighty Max. That's an okay frag to be losing. Great catch from Surreal as well onto Arky, regaining their man advantage. And, Max, I think he spots a couple players, not quite enough to draw full rotations and whatnot, and have a full clue. I like this from Surreal as well. He's pushed forwards. This is such a tough angle to deal with. Ooh, drops down at the worst possible time, though. I mean, the molly goes in here, but he needs to be very careful, and They might start to think that it's A, hearing no action around here off the back of that Molotov. It's all risky. This is all very risky from Endpoint.
Utility is going to get dropped, though. Going to keep them at bay. Crucial's going to give himself a... Smoke's not going to really help. He has to go on the rail. Maybe he's going to be able to just support Surreal. That's kind of what he wants, right? Be the distraction. Surreal gets spammed through the smoke. 10 seconds. They got to plant. Do the CTs dare push this? sAw with the cover. He got off the plant. No time. No time. Robin. Okay. So they delayed them just long enough. Just long enough. I wonder what made him get off the plant. Maybe he thought they were coming in hot? That's the only thing I can really think of.
Yeah, I suppose. I just think it was very tough for them. They didn't give themselves enough time at all, right? There's not too much to break down there. Just winding the clock down a little too much. Needed to make a move earlier. And maybe overthinking things. Arguably, there might have been a decent... it might have been a decent choice to just push ramp when they found that frag onto Max.
Yeah.
Instead of dropping back, going slow, trying to play the mind games, right? Like, I think you just one-track it. Especially when you're 5 rounds ahead, just go for something simple. You never know. It might work out. Maybe the thought in their head was Max had 2 or 3 players behind him. That's why he was so aggressive. But in reality, he was just sending the feelers out there. sAw tagged up by a teammate, tagged up by an AWP.
I love how he just stands there and like stares at his teammate.
It's like, are you kidding? Yeah.
Well, come on, man. Why
might even have been a team flash as well, to be fair. This is looking good for Endpoint, though. Not lost anyone yet. That's great, right? We're a minute in. And a big chunk of damage out of sAw. You would assume, although slim, they have the advantage in this round.
Yeah, I think so. But Robin, if he doesn't get cleared here and towards short, and Roman's going to come back and clear him. Ooh, the timing. Yeah, Endpoint. Kind of getting baited. They have no information, right? This is one of the big issues when you give up ramp and put yourselves in these short and big box positions. You can just get swung on by sight if you let them execute. But Robin with 3 up in hand. He'll eat the flash, but Mighty Max is here to back him up. Easy trades. As through the molly comes Arky. And Endpoint, although choked up for information, the weaponry stands tall. And Robin covering his boys. sAw allowed to execute, just could not get that entry frag, which on Dust 2 they're able to find with ease. And now, it kind of puts sAw in an awkward spot. I don't think they buy. It's a pistol round here, maybe a hero AK for Arky. Double ops being bought from Endpoint, which works really well against the 4-1. It works nicely because you can play that's like aggressive early, then very passive towards ramp, just really allowing the op to kind of find and facilitate some sort of kills. And sAw are going all in. That is maybe I don't know if ambitious is the right word.
Hopeful.
Yeah. Maybe they're thinking, you know what, we're 1 round away from breaking Endpoint's economy, which is honestly pretty true, especially with the double op bot up, right? It's expensive. Or carried over, shall I say.
I mean, we'll see, right? And they have a cushion of rounds to work with, can take a few more risks. Again, I think both teams here, even though sAw played really well and does too, there's room to limit test, you know?
Yeah.
Tournament life is not on the line here. Flames, the speed to find that first frag is insane. And that might just decide the round already, to be honest with you. That one comes in the first 10 seconds, just up close to the back 10. Max is ready, though. Drops him down, brings it into a 5-on-3. These 2 AKs already had their work out. Now even more so. Max does go down there, but leaves sAw on 6 HP. Also gains a bit of information. When you have a 2-man lead like this, you can maybe take a risky swing. Max kind of knows that. He's definitely the player to go for those riskier decisions in the trade-off for some information, and then he can be a bit more of a mastermind, as it were, right? Doesn't have to mechanically perform as well if he's in the grave waiting for these players to approach and figuring how the rest of the boys are going to work around with this advantage. However, the advantage is now disappearing. Oh my goodness, Roman with 3 in a matter of the same seconds. I don't believe my eyes, Keith. What the hell has just happened? sAw is the only one left, 1 on 3. What is going on? sAw are just out of this world. I don't know what to say. sAw trying to clutch it up. He does get the first. Drops the machine, the inhuman monster that Roman is in this round. But unfortunately, any more than that on 5 HP is just not looking doable.
sAw taps the bomb. Oh, if he found Stadoto, I'd say, yeah, maybe doable. But yeah, he's just going to pack it in. He's gone. And that's how the round gets cleaned up. I feel like Arky changed his crosshair from Dust 2 to here. It looks different. Does he have different crosshairs for different maps? I feel like it looks a bit different. Roman has a red crosshair now, too. I thought it was yellow on Dust 2. Am I losing my mind? There were players with yellow crosshairs. Oh, you have the just a regular one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have my OBS
Chat,
script.
confirm. Like the sAw boys had yellow crosshairs, some of them, and smaller, weirder looking ones for us too, right? I'm not just losing my mind here, which I might be.
The boys will confirm. They always do.
The boys will confirm.
I love... Right, I'm not being funny or whatever, but I love how StreamHack is like, English only in the chat, please, and then it's just a struggle.
Yeah.
It's just a struggle.
I was going to turn on the English only setting, but I'll be honest, I don't know how to find it. So, chat, if you can all just respect the English only rule. When you're a partner, you get the option, but I don't know where it is.
Okay.
So,
I was going to say, I wasn't able to find it, because I did the game that was like OG and had a bunch of Finnish fans. So it was crazy, let me tell you.
Yeah.
sAw with the double.
Really good start. Grabs the AK.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, Joss is going to eat a nade. Wasn't the flavor he liked. He's down to 48. Another nade coming in towards mid. Roman won't enjoy that one. And sAw has an AK on B. And bombs left in spawn from sAw. They just want to find map control. Maybe a kill. Really well done from Endpoint to both peek each side of the box. Trade it out. That smoke's about to fade, caught in the open, and it's all in Muterus. It's all on Moot. Flames has an AK now, they know where Moot is. He's getting spammed through the wall, he's upset, and Endpoint have done it. So, from force buy win from sAw, into a half buy. Owned.
Pretty damn good round, actually, as well, right? Because no money for sAw. This is a really good chance for Endpoint to catch up. I don't know about you, but the last time we watched these guys, I wanted to say that it was the CT side from sAw that was pretty impressive. Do you know if that's going to continue to be the case here against Endpoint? As, you know, you've mentioned and talked about and everything, it's a bit more of the T side of the map. Okay, what the heck? Flames just goes barreling on in. That's a free AK given away. Pretty easy frag as well. He doesn't do a great deal of damage, to be honest with you. And we always say, opening picks, even 1-for-1's pretty damn good for the T side, because now you've got a spread thin defense. Robin trades one back. Might need a little bit more here, though, from the big man. And, well, indeed, he's looking for it, but unfortunately runs out of the ammo, can't find any more. It's all going to be onto sAw and Crucial. They chime in at the exact same time for a frag apiece, leaving it all onto Arky. They might just have done enough, but they have no idea where this final player is. Has he already crept in? Is he coming behind us? Is he still down the ramp? Don't really know. sAw is going a hunting, and Arky's patience. Oh, it could pay off, unless sAw has put the handbrake on. I think he has. Gonna drop back, maybe? Or will he stick around? They are centimeters from each other right now. Timing going to be absolutely everything. Patience going to be absolutely everything. Arky takes a peek at first and leaves sAw on 1 HP. Ooh, close for Endpoint. But they're bringing it within 2.
I had to do a little bit of a tab out. I want to message someone. You know how it is. You know how it is, Greg?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm a popular guy too. I get it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm also trying to find the English only command, but I don't know where it is, so I'm just kind of like mind imploding. Double ops from Endpoint. No force from sAw, so whoever called me a dumb caster saw always force. Clearly wrong. Checkmate. Again. Winning does feel good, Scriv. Through the molly goes Mooterus. And seems like Endpoint are like, alright, they're on pistols. Finally, no Mac-10s. We can play a bit safe. They're going to leave a player in sandbag, right? Banking on the team with sAw not having any mollies to clear that one out. Now he needs a flash to be able to confirm another peek. Robin, that might be a bit of a team flash. It was. Mighty Max might be blind, but he's still getting the kills. 3, wanted the 4th, but Flames comes in support, so everything is fine. Whew. Handled well.
Okay, here we go. This one's getting a bit more interesting, Keith, for sure. It's not that one-sided blowout that we witnessed on Dust 2. Pretty key round coming in here, particularly for that source side, right? Lead under threat, no cash money, not as much loss bonus as they would like, and also the bomb plants have been a bit rare in recent memory. Love this boost, but no one is taking a cheeky peek. Got one in middle as well, but no one is taking a cheeky peek. So, unfortunately, no easy opener. Max, though, oh, he walks straight into the trap, as does Robin.
Oh, my goodness.
Dodo with the spray control. Chef's kiss on that one. sAw put under pressure. They pull something out from under, and it's magnificent. It really is magical. And that might just seal the deal, honestly. Double AWPs now need to pay dividends. Crucial's going to get double naded, not even mollied. Wow. Roman, by the way, has crept in behind. The A-bomb site is open. Arky, somewhat savvy to the flank. Surreal will manage to take him down. All going to be left on Flames here in the 1-on-5.
Well, 0B5. Thank you for doing that, by the way, Scriv. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Just
totally reasonable, that one.
Yeah,
totally.
You gotta allow that one, yeah. Jesus. 14 for Dodo. He hasn't even opted on this CT side, or on this T side, excuse me. He's just been the straight-out rifler. Good timing thus far across the map for sAw. Endpoint. Now finally at the back of their banks. I mean, if sAw break them here, right? It's pretty much half set in stone, I'd say. Kind of getting that feeling. Flames gets caught. He's gone. Surreal. Molly's behind him, but good flash to follow up. Good spray control, but it's like now he has to worry about B, calling for the rotates. I mean, sAw just have them in their hands like putty. Pulling the rotates all over the place.
Yeah, they're definitely panicked, right? I think maybe Endpoint putting some pressure on themselves and wanting to perform well here. A chance, it feels like, in this game, but not as good as sAw, apparently, right? Like, they're still just one step behind, unless they can pick this one up. Mighty Max creeps forwards, finds a kill in at middle. Surreal in this pesky spot that we've talked about. Will opt to drop back. Gonna take a well-timed peek. He manages to find one. The boost coming in, but he gets away just before they come around the corner. So looking good here. 4-on-2. The boys are in. The cavalry has arrived. The AWP of Crucial finding one. Now it's all onto Arky. They know where he is now, and they will be able to drop him easily enough. Endpoint keeping it close. Hot on the heels of sAw here.
Sorry, sending a text because again, I'm so popular.
Right.
Yeah. It's, you know, popular. Anyway, thanks for all the follows, guys, by the way. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to follow Scrivcasts on Twitter. That's an important one to follow. And then if you want to follow me...
Sounds like a cool guy.
Yeah, he's an alright guy. He's pretty cool. And then if you want to follow me, Twitter's down below. Just keep in mind, any donations that come in, I'm going to split it with my English friend, Scriv. And then the rest is going to go towards my tattoo, as Dododo. Going to be able to find Robin.
It's going to be a sAw tattoo.
Yeah, if it's going to be a sAw tattoo. So get your donations in.
If they win DreamHack, if they win the whole thing.
I do like
should we make that?
The sAw tattoo look, but...
Okay. And I'll get one if Endpoint wins.
It's a whole DreamHack.
Yeah, like if they come
It's
first,
online,
right?
though, so, like, there's a chance, Script, so I'm nervous. I'll think about it. But yes,
okay.
Any money donated will go to the tattoo, whether it be a sAw tattoo or my tattoo I have planned. We'll do it that way. Bomb goes down. Retakes needed now from Surreal and Flames. One more flash is all they have to create some space. Roman, big fight to win. Knows the last player's there. Flames gets the first 3 kills for him, looking for his 4th. Instead, Odo knows he's low on HP. Immediately sprints over here to get a good angle, and he catches him. Wonderful timing from Siddhartha to make that play. Flames gets caught. Saw continue their winning ways on T's side. And they have broken Endpoint's money, so their buy here is going to be atrocious. But you kind of have no choice. And my chat died, so I'm going to pop a refresh on the dashboard. Love it. Love it.
Like I said, though, just that one step ahead for sAw, it feels like maybe, technically speaking, going to be a few steps ahead, but, you know, in the grand scheme of things, right, they just seem to be a level above, not necessarily demolishing like they were on Dust 2 at this point, but pretty damn close. Push coming in towards B here, successful for the T side, just the one frag coming in for Mighty Max. 4 on 2. They might keep going here, or they might just rotate across the B now that they've caused a distraction. Most of the team going to move to... Oh, okay. What's going on here? Arky wants to stick around, but no one's recovering the bomb, so he's going to have to go with them. But all the same, 4 on 2, Deagle, and an M4. Now a FAMAS for Robin. There's a kit there as well that he can retrieve in just a sec. But this is going to be hard, right? They've been bamboozled. That buys time for sAw to get into post plants and just time on the bomb itself. I think it is going to be really, really tough for Endpoint to break back into this A-bomb site. And they've also not retrieved the kit. That's a whoopsie-daisy, if you ask me.
Well, bomb will go down now. Yeah, no kit picked up. You're right. Takes away 5 of your seconds that you had to work with. Another smoke from Arky. Robin's getting boosted up on towards the drywall stack. I'm just going to call it stack, because that makes sense. Arky's just going to be playing around this site, right? By the way, he did change his crosshair. It was confirmed. And it'll help him find Crucial. We'll rob it on stack, able to get the first. And I don't think SAR in the world of giving them anymore. Yeah, just going to be playing time. Let Roman peek. The rifles will wait. And 9 for SAW. I'd say 6 rounds for Endpoint, though. They started really well. So I'd say that's pretty decent. I think 6 rounds on your CT side is average. So they hit the average.
Yeah. Yeah. That is fair. And what are the stats saying, dude? I mean, it's about half and half for them in terms of the...
For SAW?
Round win percentage. No, for Endpoint. Oh, and SAW.
Yeah,
SAW's
they're about
actually
the same.
dead.
Yeah.
50-50, which I've never seen before.
It's really good.
There's always
That's
like
really good for Vertigo.
a couple points of percentages.
That just means that they have a really good CT side. Right? Because if they had a poor CT side, it would be lean more T side.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
I mean, that's the way that I see it as well. Like I was saying earlier when we watched them the other day, you know, against Complexity, where I feel, I think it was Complexity's pick, and I think they were coming in trying to do the best that they could with the bad hand that they had on the day, obviously with all the oboe stuff and having to play with a coach. And then it felt as the series went off, they were like, oh, man, this really sucks, and, you know, in their own heads, mulling in their own ideas, if only we had oboe and all that kind of stuff, right? And it just kind of deteriorated. It was the Vertigo that went to overtime, and sAw ended up taking it, but all the same, it was the closest map of the three. And it was the CT side of sAw that stood out to me. So, not the biggest sample size, but definitely for me is what I'm hoping to see once again. We'll see whether that's the case.
Sorry, I'm just texting again because I'm mega popular. I hate to keep rubbing it in. I don't mean to keep rubbing it in. It just...
Well, there's that, but then also I thought I was the center of attention today. But
I mean, you are. I'm not saying you're not. Right? Ask Gripcast on Twitter. What more do you want me to do?
I suppose, but like, you know.
You want my attention?
Yeah.
It's like we're at a dinner date and I'm like looking at the waitress more than you.
Like you're on your phone, bro. Like
yeah, like I'm literally on my phone and you look at me and dead in the eyes like, how's dinner? Hang on one sec. So, yeah, I guess I can get that feeling.
Nah, I'm joking, of course. I'm not sure how far the Portuguese comedy community understands sarcasm.
Pretty well. I mean, someone
Fair
told me a
enough.
really good joke saying sAw was better than complexity. So clearly they have humor.
You've done it now, mate. You've done it now.
I'm Kappa.
If you thought mistaking them for Spaniards was bad. All in jest. All jokes. What would be the Twitch? I don't know what you say in Twitch speak.
Forehead. Right?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna turn on some music while we're chilling. It's my chill.
I really
lo-fi.
miss on streams like this not being able to play like songs that you like, you know? I mean, I guess you can, but it's just a bit risky.
Yeah.
You know, if you get caught, especially as a partner like yourself, you know?
I would love to play 60s, 70s, 80s classic rock. Nothing more in my heart.
Yeah.
Nothing more in my heart will want me to just play like some, like, I don't know, Led Zeppelin or the Zombies or ZZ Top.
Okay.
Or
they're not quite. I've been listening to a lot of Dire Straits recently.
Yeah.
They're more like into the 80s, to be fair. But I think that's just because they kept going and didn't stop, you know? Joe Cocker, you know my guy Joe Cocker?
I know Joe Cocker. Yeah. Some Tom Jones, Wales.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bangers.
All good. And away we go. Second half, 9-6. As mentioned, pretty decent half for Endpoint, but sAw with being 50-50 on their statistics for Vertigo, it does kind of allude to the fact that they have a really good CT side. And it kind of makes sense with their cohesion and how they kind of play as a unit. Like, their strength is shutting down Ramp Roman. He's like, yeah, I'll take my one. Goodbye. I do not want to swing this and continue to fight. I am gone. And Endpoint now are left a little staggered, Script.
Of a good decoy toss towards sandbags. Not sure what the logic behind that one was. Interesting smokes here. Stododo going to find the head from the double stacks. Real trades him back pretty damn quickly. They're trying to push in. Flames sat inside the smoke. I mean, someone needs to be a hero, right? Someone has to make a difference because they are a man down right now. Bomb's being planted. Very deep smokes from the T side. This is awkward. Mighty Max somehow still alive. Does get taken down. Flames dealt with quickly. No player to have said impact. And still only lose one player. Need I say more? Absolute domination coming in. One of the things that Endpoint have had as well across the course of this sseries is decent pistols. So the fact that sAw come away with that one incredibly one-sidedly.
It's funny, as soon as you say that, someone in chat goes, if sAw loses pistol, I'll donate 500 pounds. And they won the pistol. I think he was a troll. I think that's an elaborate troll.
That is an elaborate troll.
Debated.
There was some guy earlier as well on Dust 2 saying he'd donate $250 if Endpoint got more than second round.
And they got 6. Yeah. Oh, spraying in. The Deagle's able to hold them back for a little bit, Scriv, but honestly, I think sAw a pretty decent one. Anytime you trade 1 for 2 CT side, you're all right. You're hanging out. Sounds like
Oasis, that's
yeah,
an
I was gonna.
unreasonable suggestion.
I mean, Oasis is a decent band. You don't like Oasis?
I mean, they are, but
You're
like
my
they're everywhere.
one.
Yeah, they're everywhere in the UK.
Saw's my CS team.
And it's like a thing. The Dark Fruits boy, right? Dark Fruits is like a cider that people drink at festivals and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like a stereotype. You know, you have the bucket hat. You post like kind of deep tweets and then put your initials.
I feel like he
at the
offended
end.
you by just recommending a band.
Yeah, almost. It just it's such a stereotype because they're like people of my generation, where obviously Oasis is a couple generations back, I guess.
I see.
But they're all like cool and listen to the Smiths, wear bucket hats, do nothing but go to festivals. It's just kind of, and it's more the people that listen to Oasis than the band itself. Does that make sense?
You're
you know
my vertigo. I can't
like
look at my
Liam does this thing.
toes.
Liam Gallagher does this thing where he tweets like super deep, well, not super deep, but kind of deep tweets and stuff, and then puts at the end,
This
as
guy
you
rattled
were
you.
LGX.
Yeah, yeah.
And then people that listen to them also do that on their like tweets and Facebook pages. You know, as you were HRX, like, because obviously the X thing in the UK means like. All right, I'm done.
You done? You got it all out of your system?
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. Amazing. Everything's fine then. Hopefully. I mean, you're not fine, but everything else is fine. Saw looking pretty good. Endpoint get AKs out. Already lose the first pick. And that's a big one for Surreal to find. In the open, he'll take it. Now they're going to execute in. Smokes and flashes. Mighty Max, that's a good one. Look at Arky, just the willingness to swing right back, bring it into 2v2. And, by the way, it just has a full utility set, so that's going to have an effect. Arky, and more confidence to just peek. He's a peeking machine.
Playing so well right now. He does get traded back. We're going to be on to Just. He 1v1 to win for Crucial, but he can't. Just takes him down. Defuse will come in. Easy peasy. And it is close. Don't get me wrong. It is close. But once again, with sAw picking up the first rifle round, it puts them just in a great position. They can maybe afford to lose one, and they have a good cushion to work with in the same way that they did in the first half. So, troublesome. Very, very troublesome. The thing with Endpoint is that they're just playing from behind the whole time, I feel. You know? So I think that is a big issue. And that's the way it's felt the whole series. They're either playing from behind a lot, as they were on Dust 2, or playing from behind just a bit, as they were in the first half. Now maybe flashbacks to Dust 2 coming in. And dealing with that can be very, very difficult. We'll see, though. Pace being employed here. I kind of like this idea. Deep smoke into ramp to give them kind of half ramp control. Key fight to win, and Flames will do so. Endpoint, a strong start. Whether they can hold on to said strong start is another question.
I thought he was going to jump off the map there for a second. All right, Marshawn, ban anyone saying the G word. Just get him out of here. Real funny, guys. Someone who sings instantly becomes that. Yeah. Good job, guys. Good class. Ban them all. Even though you won't hear this for 3 minutes. I'll do it. Cover.
Yes, sir.
Boop,
I do not
boop,
want to
boop,
fall to
boop,
the
boop,
ban
boop.
hammer.
Boop, 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 boop. Good class, guys. You have so many top 10 teams.
Oh, Flames. Almost going down. I mean, this is looking pretty good for Endpoint, right? They get the bomb in. It's a bit of utility remaining for sAw, but not an awful lot, to be fair, Keith. We'll see. Kits available. I don't know. Yeah, I think they're shaping up to save. They just don't really have the information or any control. With, like, no one towards lift room or anything, people can just, in theory, have pushed deep into CT and everything. So sAw just not fancying it.
Now audio's back. I'm done my purge. The nice thing about the purge, it happens yearly. But here, it can happen any day, any moment, Scriv.
Nowhere is safe.
Nowhere is safe. Endpoint trying to build a bit of a bank. I did get really salty there, though, didn't I?
I think you contained it well, but
I wanted to.
you were close.
I was.
You were
I
close.
was
You
on
let
the
a
brink.
little bit out.
I had to let a little steam out. I think
just
it
to
was
make sure
justified.
that it didn't boil over.
No.
Yeah, I think so. To be honest.
Had to happen, especially when my mod's gone on like vacation now. He's just gone. Muter is in front of the smoke. 1, 2, flick for the third. Oh my goodness! A triple. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, sucks for Endpoint. To be honest with you, like as soon as they have a chance back in, like they just get shut out immediately, right? They cannot catch a break. Really, really tough stuff. And you do have to feel for them, to be honest with you. So probably gonna really, really edge ahead off the back of that. I think they should have enough loss bonus. What is it at? Let me get my keyboard back online. Maybe not, to be fair. Especially if they lose everybody and don't get a bomb plant, right? I think it is doable. It's not going to be perfect. They'll probably go for it, though, I think. Kind of have to, right? Because of how far back they are at the moment in terms of the score. Robin does get a clean headshot onto Arky. Try and find himself a bomb plant here, Keith, but easier said than done at this point. Unless he's hitting headshots like this. Okay, hold the phone, because Mutiris is low. Fake plant coming in. Mutiris, the side of him spotted. Wallbang successful, just on the other side of the smoke, though. Could get the timing. He will do so indeed. The bomb goes down. Cool. But unfortunately, the clutch does not happen.
Yeah, guys, when I tab out, the game sound goes away. I feel like I've said that 10 times at least. Maybe more, actually. Maybe more.
Maybe we need one of the rolling, timed things in chat. When I tab out, game sound goes off. I realize that. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's all good, though. I mean,
I'll try to fix it for the
timing
next
on it
stream.
is-
I don't know why it's like that. I don't know.
it is a bit weird.
It's weird. You have the
It's
issue,
not
or does yours not
listening.
do that?
Nah, mine's fine.
So my thing is just
Mine's
broken.
been alt tab and I receive sound for ages because I am a serial alt tabber when I play games. You see, so when we're searching, I need to be able to hear the tick sound of match found.
Well, SAR still have some utility to kind of stop this execute, right? Smoke, molly, couple flashes. But you know the execute's incoming. Yeah, yes, Mute has to flash for his teammate to go wide. Roman doesn't see anything, so he tucks back in. Scriv. Will Mighty Max clear the corner? Yeah, he will. They have kind of cleaned house. Dodo only gets the one. The volley kind of forces them back. And they're able to find Arky through the smoke. Unfortunate events there from sAw. They kind of had the utility for the execute, did Endpoint, and they use it well. And sAw kind of had nothing back, right? And that's kind of the thing, right? You either go forward and fight, or you fall backwards and retake. And it's a hard balance. They made the choice to fight and just couldn't win any of the first fights, unfortunately.
And once again, the money for sAw in the toilet.
Yeah.
So Endpoint, really good chance again for them to earn some rounds back. But it seems easier said than done in this series. They really have, particularly on Vertigo, struggled to do so in this second half. Even more so, it feels like. So, Endpoint will find a round, and then sAw comes straight back in, break their bank, get a couple themselves, then Endpoint will win a round and repeat. So I don't think this will be one of those times, however. Double eco required from sAw, so they'll force buy into this one would think. Particularly because Just can drop some pistols across, perhaps. And allow for a bit more armor and utility. Okay, I was going to say, are we actually ecoing this one? That would be a strange decision. I like passive economy control. I like smart financial decisions, but this is the smart decision to go for. You've got to eco the next one regardless of what you do, so...
Sorry, I'm just very tilted. Carry on.
Fair enough. I mean,
I'm
yeah,
fuming.
PSA.
I'm very fuming.
Fuming. It's all good, dude. It's all good, dude. Eagles in play, though. I mean, can never really write these off, Keith. They're always scary, particularly in the hands of sAw with their individual prowess that we're seeing
Hang
today.
on, I have
so
a
they've got to
solution.
be...
Hang on.
Okay, okay. Emo only mode?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Problem solved.
Nice.
Alright, I'm better now. Molly on adjust. Immediately smokes it out. Now we can't have any spoilers. Everything's fine. Everything's good. You guys had it coming. You did it to yourselves. Flash in a short. Roman gets traded. He at least gets one before he goes down. The sandbag player in just for the AK trying to facilitate some more kills. His teammates are supporting him nicely. Does he find Crucial? Ooh. Dancing on the sandbags. Bomb down. Crucial picks it up. Moot to the CZ. 12 bullets. Oh, Crucial finds them both. Endpoint are sticking around. They don't want to go out, Scriv, without a fight.
All right. Let's get it. Let us get it. I mean, that comes awfully close, but all the same, looking good. And if Crucial can frag, Endpoint might have their savior. The Dutchman in shining armor. So, though, like we said, pretty hard eco into this one. It's not a full eco. Saw someone earlier in the chat saying because they had a deagle and we called it an eco, it's not technically an eco. So, therefore, you know, we're idiots. It's like... what?
I mean, a force buy is when you buy and have no money.
Right.
An eco is when you're...
Full buy is when it's cool.
Yes.
And an eco is when you save some cash.
When you have cash
can call
to
it a half
facilitate
buy.
a buy next. Yeah, it could be called a half buy.
But really, if we spent all day going over the pedantics of what kind of a buy this is, we'd be here for a while. What's happened here, Keith? It's a 3-on-2. They had a deagle and a P250. And somehow it's come down to this. I'm not too sure. I like the response from the remaining two players, right? Open plant. Very, very open plant. They know for a fact, because it is just pistols, is very unlikely to be a kit or any utility beyond what they've picked up off of the dead players. So it is a good response. Still coming a bit close. Still feels a bit uncomfortable. And still not over just yet, because the one Molotov pays absolute dividends. A team flash onto Flames as well. Max tried to help him out. It actually hinders him. And now Max has got to find 3. Flanks coming in from behind. Tap on to distract him. He finds the player behind him. Beautifully read. Gets the second. And just now the only one left does take him down, but there's not enough time for the defuse. That's massively costly for Endpoint, though. Yes, they'll get the 10th, but... wild. Just goes down to the bomb. See you later, buddy. He'll be landing in just about now. And Endpoint, of course, will be buying back up. But it's when you're on this comeback train, we talk about it from time to time. Losing all your players in a round like that is not good.
Oh, this buy from sAw is definitely not what they want. No kit. No op on the CT side. This is going to be tough. Endpoint. If their economy gets broken here, however, Scriv, and sAw able to pick this one up, it may start to smell like GG. Definitely has some possibility.
Smell of GG.
Yeah, the smell of GG, put your cans in the air. Sonodo.
That's a wild reference.
Kind of a throwback at this point. Able to peek and find the head of Mighty Max. Gonna go for more. Yep. He'll double in. His teammates are gonna now aggress on the back of his reload. And Endpoint have just been absolutely murked.
Yeah. That is a good way of putting it, to be honest with you, as you talked about that ramp aggression. So important. Saw.
Oops.
No one saw, it's fine. I don't know what you're
EU
talking
smoke.
about. Yeah. Listen, man. I think you've been holding that one in for a while, eh? Just because you're...
No, because everyone says NA smoke. We want a major. So now we've earned the right to say EU smoke, right?
I guess.
Thank
I'm
you.
from the UK, so what can I say? Like, you know.
I mean, you guys
here,
are at least having the Colossus.
True.
You got that going for you. You got Henry G.
We're finding some success, you know. Smooya was
Junior, thanks for the sub, man. Welcome to the fortune. Sorry, carry on.
yeah, I mean Smooya was the man that carried the torch.
Yeah?
And now the homies are and you know, I hope you find success. It kinda sucks, the whole chaos situation. But now it does feel like the homies, Mezzy and Max, Real, all doing really, really well. Alex, of course, honorary Frenchman or whatever, he's somewhere in between. But still from the UK.
I'd say an honorary Frenchman. Woo! Just gets 3, Endpoint stuck at 10, Scriv. Looking over, isn't it? Looking
Yeah, it kind of
over.
is. It kind of is. I think the energy and the cash has just run out for Endpoint here. Gave it their best shot, but that one round that we talked about, right, where they lose everybody, it's just cost them a bit too much, and they don't have that cushion to fall back on. Needed to not make any mistakes at all from that point. And as soon as they did, as we're seeing, the game probably comes with it because of the lack of financial freedom, I suppose. And that is my summary. That is my clean analysis of the situation. Unless they can get something out here with the Eagles, but sort of done a very good job against these anti-eco, anti-force buy kind of situations. Yes, I know this round's not an eco. I know it is a force buy, but the same kind of logic applies because the team who's on the eco or the force buy generally plays a lot looser, a lot faster, and a bit more unpredictable. So therefore, you can apply the same sort of logic in dealing with those types of rounds to both. Okay, there you go. Just preemptively clearing myself out, I guess, ahead of the flame that I would probably receive for calling this round an eco. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, well, Roman, he's done with your TED Talk. You're going to be able to find one. I'll jump on board with him because he's stuck in a body. He's stuck in short. Able to hang on for a second. His teammates have helped out, and Robin's last man standing, 1v4, not going to happen. And so that seems like sAw have done it. Sure, if they have 2-0'd on 2 of their best maps